Welcome to Tabletop Battle Adventures, D-Day, 1400 hours, Turn 28, Part 7. For the details, you'll have to watch the military summary video for this turn. We're looking at Carentan in German hands. Not very many defenders left. Even those that are here are getting wrecked by mortar and artillery strikes. Germans control the only bridge left leading into Carentan. Some of the 116th Infantry soldiers tried to swim into Carentan, but have been nearly annihilated. The river lock is open, and the water is flowing this way, and under the destroyed bridge, the green fields are flooded. Infantry advance, no run, and no vehicles. Hedgerows block line of sight unless there's a wall along the hedgerow. You'll notice brown D6s and green D6s. Those are grenades held by U.S. and German forces. There's only a few order dice to get to. Try to wrap this up. U.S. forces are about 10 Rangers in this half-track center screen. Going to try to make a move on this hedgerow so they can get over to the bridge. Carentan is the main objective. I suppose the main objective is to destroy your enemy, but capturing Carentan is also an objective. My daughter, General McLilly, was commanding the U.S. forces. She has officially resigned as commander. She said the game is too gruesome. So I will be following her commands and executing them as best I can, and then I'll command German forces. Hey, Dad. Hey! Can you please use my lucky dice just for the US? You want me to roll your lucky dice? But not for the Germans. Not for the Germans. Okay. If you roll it for the Germans, they'll know. You sure you don't want to come take command of your U.S. forces? Can't. There's one Panzer IV in reserve for the Germans, and there is an M4 Sherman medium AT gun in reserve, and 116th Infantry 3rd Squad bazooka team in reserve. Really good. There's a great tank battle going on through here. Lots going on. And the first dice tonight, or today rather, will be German. The Whirlwind with one pin marker will receive a fire order. We're going to go ahead and stand our ground, face off against that M4 Sherman, and turn turret and try to knock out this half-track with the 10 Rangers inside before they can occupy this hedgerow and potentially get into Carentan. I don't have a lot of defenders left in Carentan. I pushed them forward to early in the battle. All right, we have a sergeant. We're open top, so the sergeant from the platoon sergeant center screen in the hedgerow, he'll provide the morale to make them test at a 10 and under instead of a 9 and under because they're open top. So he can provide morale boost. Pass. Light auto cannon, 2 shots, medium 3s, close range 2s, hardcover 4s. All right, we'll address the miss first. So 1d6 and a scatter dice. We'll see where that first light autocannon miss is going to end up hitting. That missed round hits the wall behind the half-track and flattens it. Now we'll address the hit on the half-track. Let's give out some pin markers first. So the half-track will take D3 pin markers. That's 3. And then there are 5 groups of Rangers inside. So the platoon sergeant, 1, second squad leader, 2, or it would be 2. Next up, the LMG team in the half track, 2 pin markers, and then there's 2 teams, one with a rifleman and a BAR and a assistant squad leader. There's another assistant squad leader with 2 riflemen. We'll go with the BAR group and now the rifleman. 2 pins for all 3 units. Here's the group of 2nd Rangers, 2nd Platoon. The platoon sergeant is the unpainted, and then there's the 4 groups. 2nd squad leaders in the front and center. Alright, we're going to roll and see if the half-track is going to take damage now, or if this is just a pin markers. That's all that's going to happen. So it'll be +2 penetration for a 2-inch HE. I know it's supposed to be 1 inch, but we run all 2 inch here. The 1 inch is just too wimpy. So 2 inch would be +2 penetration, side hit +3, and open top +4. And I run my half tracks at 8 armor. Nothing, just the pin markers. 6 Fallschirmjäger, 2nd section leader, center screen. He has 1 pin marker. He'll receive a fire order. He'll take a test at a 10 and under. Passes. He's going to throw a grenade in the back, so he's going to need the back of the half track. I don't want those Rangers jumping out of there unscathed. So we'll be throwing one of our 3 grenades. It'll be 3, close range 2, and hard cover 4. It's going to be, I think that's fair, hard cover. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, he lands the grenade toss. Half track, take D3 pins. 3 more pins. The platoon sergeant, 3 pins. The 2nd squad leader, 3 pins. Group with the BAR. Group without BAR. And light machine gun. Ooh. We'll roll to see if the vehicle takes any damage. So it'll be a +2 penetration and top armor or open top, so +3. And the vehicle is, let's see how it's, we run them as an 8 armor. So that is going to be superficial damage. So +1 pin marker. We'll roll on the damage result table -3. Okay, we'll roll for turret jam. 1, 2, 3, all's good. 4, 5, 6, turret jammed. Now for the passengers, there's 10 passengers in the back. We're going to roll for damage on 5 because the grenade toss targeted the back of the half track. Obviously, it's the only part you can do damage. So it's the +2 to kill these Rangers. So they'll be dying on 3s and wounded on 2s. Only 1s they'll escape unharmed. We got 1, 2 killed, 2 wounded, 3 dead, and 2 wounded. Killed the 3-man group with the assistant squad leader and 2 riflemen, and then killed an extra rifleman from the other 3-man team, and eliminated 1 order dice for the 3 men. And the reason I killed 4 instead of 3 wounded, or 2 wounded and 3 killed, is because it makes it easier just to not deal with 2 wounded and just have the 4 die. So there's still 6 men in the back of the half track. I think we're just going to have to rally him in the back. It's got 4 pin markers, the platoon sergeant for 2nd platoon. So he'll have to take his orders test at for a rally, still a 10 and under. Passes. Getting rid of D6 +1 pin marker. He's all pin free. All right, now the 1st squad leader, he'll rally as well. Rallying a 10 and under. He's good. 1d6 +1. Get rid. He only gets rid of 2 of his 5 pin markers. Next up, the LMG team with 5 pin markers. They'll rally, needing a 10 and under. Pass. D6 +1 pin markers removed. 3 of the 5. Panzer IV in reserve is going to go down and stay in reserve. I almost brought it in, but after my 30 seconds of allowed thinking time, I'm going to leave it in reserve. The last 2 Rangers riding in the half track have 4 pin markers. They're going to attempt to advance out and kill that 6 Fallschirmjäger second section leader. So they have some support nearby. They've got 3 sergeants. So they'll be testing at a 9 and under. All right, the 2 Rangers, one with the BAR, one with the SMG. They jump out, 3 pin markers still. So they'll be firing on this 6 Fallschirmjäger soldier who threw the grenade in the back of the half track. They'll need a 3, close range 2, single man 3, and 6s for the pin marker, or for their pin markers. We get 1 hit. German NCOs, such as this soldier, and officers are veterans, only dying on 6s, wounded on 5s. 116th Infantry 1st Squad soldiers, center screen, in between all the burning and damaged German armor. They are going to receive a fire order, and they have 1 grenade. So maybe actually, I'm going to change that advance order. All right, I'm going to advance them forward. The 1 soldier is going to pick up the 2 grenades that the German dead have on them, and then the other soldier will throw the grenade over the top of the flame panzer and onto these soldiers on ambush here. All right, they've secured the 2 grenades, and they're going to throw this. 1st squad leader is going to throw the grenade over the top. So it'll be a 3, close range 2, movement 3, hard cover 5s. And they're going to go down. They're on ambush right now. No, so that way I can counterattack. And they've got Panzerfaust, so I actually want to knock out this Sherman Crocodile flamethrower tank if possible through the gap in the burning armor. Anyways, let's roll this grenade. Needing a 5. Miss. Have to see where this grenade's going to land. 1d6 in the scatter dice. Ooh, just barely missed him by an inch. That was the last dice of this turn. But I'm going to look over the battlefield for a moment and see if there's any ambushes that should be immediately spraying. Scan the battlefield. We'll start with the U.S. forces units that are still on ambush. And they will be staying on ambush. On this left flank for the U.S. forces, there are no units on ambush. It's the right flank where there's some units on ambush. We have the 506 3rd Squad Assistant Leader Sergeant Brandon and the radio operator, center screen. And they're going to stay on ambush so they can react next turn before the first dice of the turn. And also here, 506 Platoon Commander, Captain Pop, and his radio operator. So both of these 506 radio operators are going to just stay on ambush, and they'll be able to roll off prior to the first dice against any Germans remaining on ambush to see who will start off the turn with the initiative. As for the Germans, actually back over to the U.S. forces, and there are no, on this far right flank for the U.S. forces, there are no units on ambush. For the Germans, we have 6 Fallschirmjäger, 2nd Section LMG team, center screen. They're going to stay on ambush. They have a couple targets, but it'll be long range, be hitting on 6s, 7s, not worth giving up their position. They're kind of the last line of defense along with this soldier to keep any infantry from sprinting across that bridge. And there's only one other German unit on ambush, and it's these 6 Fallschirmjäger 3rd Section soldiers here with Panzerfausts and rifles. And now that the U.S. were forced to use their dice, these 2 soldiers here that threw a grenade at us, I think it's the perfect time to advance them from ambush. And they're going to go right up in between these two tanks and take their shots with their Panzerfaust at this Sherman Crocodile flamethrower tank that's knocked out my Flame Panzer, knocked out, maybe that was it. Maybe it was the Panzer IV too. All right, they are going to stop there. Probably they're sacrificing their lives against these two soldiers next turn, but got to do it. We do have this one soldier up here, cover fire. Okay, let's take the first shot. So it's going to be 3s, movement 4s, and close range 3s. Let's see, 3 normally, movement 4, within 6 inches, 3s. Here we go. Looking for 3 up. A miss. 1d6 and a scatter dice. Where's it going to go? All right, the miss lands on the wounded 116th Infantry second squad soldier who's laying there. So we'll skip the pins. If he doesn't die, then we'll roll for the pin markers. So it'll be dying on, this will be a +2, so dying on a 3, wounded on a 2, which is still death for the wounded soldier. He's dead. All right, second Panzerfaust, same deal. Movement 4, close range 3. Gets the hit. All right, let's see if he's going to do damage. So it's a 6 strength AT Panzerfaust against the front armor, which all my vehicles I run +1 armor, so it'll be a 10. So 6 against a 10. Hell yeah. Now we're going to roll for damage. And it's a +1 because it's a flamethrower. It's a dangerous weapon, both attacking others and being attacked. +1. Hell yeah. Excellent way to end this turn. So in about 3 days I'll do a military summary video for turn 29, 1430 hours. Turn 29. And then a few days after that I'll get back to the action and start the new turn. The Germans might have gotten the best of this turn to add up the stats and see what the numbers say. And next turn there is an artillery strike coming in for the U.S. forces first. The Germans were unable to call one in this turn, I mean. And then after that, we roll for the artillery strike. We'll get on to the ambushes. Epic.